hear some chatter, voices in the background. That's Patty working. She's the one who keeps the ship afloat.
Riders on the storm. Riders on the storm.
Welcome back to the most comprehensive, well, at least that I've been able to find, information about the LTVA down here in Winterhaven, California. Basically, we in the beginning used to say that it was in Yuma, but you cross the Colorado River and it's right there. In terms of Winterhaven, California, I believe there is a little bit of a town. There's actually a post office that's probably about 3 or 4 miles from here. And probably the Christian Center constitutes the actual Winterhaven, Arizona, it's not a city, but community, if you will. So that's where it all comes from. And in this vlog, we're going to try to explain and show you as much as we can. So those of you guys that are sitting on the fence and trying to figure out whether or not this is where you want to come for the winter, hopefully this will help you. $180 for 7 months. Before I forget, I also want to mention that if you want to store your rig or your trailer or even a car, people do that, or whatever, any kind of vehicle down at the Christian Center, it is no longer $25. No longer $25, it's $30. So that being said, we're going to jump into this. Start off by telling you that we have a lot of videos on the LTVA, from Christmas down here to dealing with poop down here. There's a lot of them. I probably have 7 or 8 of them. You can gather more information about where you can take a shower, so on and so forth. And that we're not going to cover in this video. We're going to try to stick with other facilities around that are LTVAs and how we feel that this particular area in Yuma compares to them. So having said that, let's move up. Okay guys, one of the videos, the first ones that I did about the LTVA was me standing in front of this sign. And the problem was we were just learning how to use some of the camera equipment that we had. And the picture came out real blurry. But here's where we are. South Mesa Recreational Imperial Damn long-term visitors area. Get your permits. You heard it here. But I got action. Camera.
Goodbye.
How far are we walking today?
Oh, we don't know. We're just walking.
I don't know. So far, it's just to the trash can.
Yeah.
I'll decide after that.
I'm used to meeting her way down there on the other end of the reservoir. She'll run into me, and I'll tell her how far I walked, and she's going all the way, calls me a wussy or something.
I've never called you a wussy, Steve. Cut it out.
See you guys. Have fun.
Good to see you.
I'm out walking around trying to show you the distance between rigs the way it should be, because there's so much space out here. People don't have to be on top of each other. But I'm going to cross the road over here if I don't get in trouble with these guys, because it looks like they're having some kind of meeting. There's also four-wheeler Jeep like clubs out here, so I don't know if you can see that or not, if it's too far away for the camera, but I'll try to move in over here. There's 3 or 4 Jeeps, but you'll see as many as 15 of them going out on some kind of adventure. So that's one of the things, or groups that's out here. And another one is ham radio operators, and I'll show you that in a minute. And you can always tell by their antennas. So if you look at this sign right here, it says Rat Pack Row, and I believe that's a symbol down there for what they do. The club that I was just referring to out here. I'm trying to walk over to them, ham radio operators, and get in a little bit closer so I can show you the numerous ham radio operators and antennas, and hopefully that'll come up on the camera. So, and then some serious guys when it comes to solar as well, I found. But anyway, For us, solar is the way to live out here. So I'm gonna come around this corner, and they've got an actual sign out here. We'll read it. These are ham radio operators. They're kind of grouped together. So I'll turn the camera around and show you that. See them? Real nice systems. There's probably half a dozen, but they spread out a little bit. But this is the area they go to. And then they got a sign right here. Beyond this point, radio frequency fields at this site may exceed FCC rules for human exposure. Okay, I don't want to be exposed anymore, so I'm going to take off. How to get out of the road? The Jeep guys are coming. I don't know how many's in this group, but I have seen them up to 14. So I'm showing you this, but trying to let you know that no matter what you do out here, there's something out here that you can get involved with. One of these groups, ham radio operators, the Jeep dudes. Message board again, and you can see a couple of things that are important on here. This guy's selling totes, water totes. That could be important to you. Yoga, that's down at the gravel pit. And then this one right here is probably the most important. In case of emergency, I always call 911, but there's a telephone number you can call. This one right here is on that CB channel 12 Citizens Band, and then there is an amateur radio club group out here, and they monitor a lot of what's going on. It's pretty neat. Telephone, CB channel, and amateur radio frequency will be monitored at all times. Please do not call the phone number. You know, 911 is what they want you to do. So that's helpful. I don't see anything else on here that may be as helpful to you right now. There is Bible study, and that's pretty much it for right now. But you can sell things on this board. And then right now, Camp Host is cleaning up the bathrooms. And he has to do it now because they had a guy hired to do that, but they aren't here this year. And to be honest with you, we worked our first year volunteer down here, and they told us they'd pay us. We never got paid. It wasn't much, so, and that's probably why they do it. It wasn't worth the fight over it, the struggle. I'm coming down to the pavilion, and you can see there's a lot of people in here practicing yoga, and this is the busiest that I've ever seen it. It's just pretty cool if you're into yoga. You can come down here and do that. Like I said, this is the gravel pit, and this is some potable toilets down here in the gravel pit. And some people park down here, of course, to stay again close to the bathrooms, but also because if you're down here in the winds, you get some really strong winds in here. It's like a little wind protection. I'm standing where what they call five corners. So basically it goes that way. There's just a ton out here. That's out by the airport. And then this goes on the back way, and there's just a ton of people. You can't really see them, but that takes you on down to the back way to get to the Christian Center. And there's people just all over down there, and there's even more places to park out by the Christian Center. So that's two ways right there. And then I just walked up from the gravel pit, which is down there. You can see way over there in the distance, look like probably tiny dots in this camera, is people on the ridge of the gravel pit. And then this right here is the main road that comes in. It's paved. And then this one right here is number 5, goes out to where we are on Herman Horseman's Path. So if anybody tells you or talks about the 5-star, and we'll probably 5 roads, we'll probably talk about that a little bit more, because we're trying to make this the most extensive LTVA coverage for Winterhaven, California. BLM, still $180 a season. Let me jump in here and add a quick couple of items. First of all, Bluegrass Jam is Tuesdays and Fridays on Music Row. You can find them down playing music. People bring their lawn chairs and just sit and drink and enjoy the music. And the other thing is, these are approved vendors, so you can get some work done out here at the LTVA. They'll actually come out and do some work on your rig. If you've been down to any of the LTVAs, you probably picked up and seen this showing you the different places that you can stay long term. There's probably about 7. Yeah, there is about 7, but you notice the 2 on the bottom are really the best in terms of facilities. Imperial Damn has trash, dump station, water, and restrooms, and so does La Posa, north and south. Midland is pretty nice, but they don't have any water out there, and that really makes it difficult. But you can see the different areas that the BLM provides some facilities, and we like Imperial Damn because it is so close to Yuma, Arizona, where there's pretty much everything that you could possibly need, both in terms of supplies and being able to get some work done on your RV.